Hello. Hello. This is Taeyu, your emotional support animal. How is everyone doing? Hope you're doing quite okay. I've got to be real with y'all. I have no idea what we're doing today. Well, I have a little bit of an idea, but like, this is just barely. It's just ever so slightly. Hi, Suva. Banco, I do not mind at all. Oh. Please play Dopamine High Score by Legrand. No. Hang on, sorry. I need to, put that redeem away. That is not supposed to be there. Hang on. Sorry about that. I hope you don't, I hope you don't insist on getting that point back. Sorry, hang on. Gotta put that thing away. Gotta put it away. There we go. Gone. You want your point now? Fine then. Fine. Hang on. I'll give you a point back. You can have it. Where the heck is the stuff? I don't know. Where the heck is all this stuff? Where do I? Oh my god. Ah, here we are. Why is it not there? Wait, what? Oh my god. Why is it not there? Why is it not there? Hi there, Lankuri. Wait, why is it not there? This is so strange. I don't understand. If you make me mod, I could refund it. What does Dopamine High Score? I don't understand how this stuff works. It's like, I found the thing which should allow me to do that, but it's just not there. You took it off, so it's so unrefundable. Butts. That is very silly, though. If you make me mod, I could refund it, but I wouldn't because I'm playing Message Cup Pong with my friend. Well, shit. Why are you doing that? Why are you not paying full attention to me? I'm doing the needy girl thing now. Needy girl streamer. That's me. Is what I'm doing. You know what? What is Dopamine High Score? Hang on. What is Dopamine High Score? Let me check. Dopamine High Score. Oh, Le Grand Shorts. That doesn't seem to be a video game song. I think I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Hi there, Slayer. Hello. Hi, Zach. Thank you for the lurk. Anyway, I like the needy and obsessive, so this works. Nice. Can I obsess over you? Is that fine? Wait, no. Okay, you know what? Fine.
People say I need to eat more, sleep more, keep.
Okay. There we go. I did it. Hope you enjoyed that. Hello. This is Taeyu, your guy who's struggling to function. Hello. Lankari, congrats on being first. Suba, hello. And Atsu, how are you doing, my dear friend? Punko, hi. Play the whole thing. I paid my hard-earned points to hear this. No, you paid hard-earned point. You paid hard-earned point to hear that. I sure hope this planet does not have hard rocks falling from the sky. The devious hail, I know, right? Like, that's how it be. So, freaking. Yo, I'm gonna get in trouble for playing songs like that. This is no, it was not supposed to be a whole thing. It was not supposed to be a thing today. Yo, today the thing is that we're playing. Nothing. We're playing nothing. It's not a game. It's this thing. It's introspective art. Although I will say, we don't have our Connie. We do have our Suba. Who else do we have who actually takes part in these? Who actually... You want the theme? That's not how it went. Deep breath, okay. Let me take a sip. The theme to the introspective art. What theme? What do you want the theme to be? Dopamine high score. Should we make that the subject? We're all gonna draw like dopamine, specifically a high score of dopamine. No. Yeah, I would be grateful for some suggestions. Because yeah, today I don't know if anything as much is happening. I have I'm counting it on my fingers. I have one idea. So, yesterday we watched Wolfwalkers. And you know, I don't want to spoil the movie, but something that might be interesting is like, I don't know, like breaking out of your cage, something like that. One thing that went to my mind was covering up what people don't like, but then I thought it was dumb. No, that's totally fine. I love Wolfwalkers, yeah, it's beautiful. Covering up what people don't like. For many people that could like kind of be equivalent to the masks we wear, which we did recently. So that's something to consider. Also, yeah. I'm also not seeing Emma Lucy. So we are so far pretty low on people who would participate. Right now we have Supa. Waiting? Oh, waiting. Interesting. Do tell. Has that been relevant to you recently? Have you just been waiting for something to happen? Oh. Well, Blue Fox seems to be pretty excited about that one. Waiting. God. I'm feeling that right now. One of those days where, you know, waiting for you to start drawing. Waiting for something to happen. Little Omori quote there. I think Blue Fox is excited to get started. I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe more people will show up later, and we can do 2 rounds. But yeah, let's just do this. Sure. This subject, waiting. Why not? Let's go. We can give to you a little time for more people to come in, though. Well, I don't know. That may or may not happen. It's always a crapshoot. If anyone comes. So yeah, let's just do this. Waiting, man. Honestly, that does sound very familiar, doesn't it? So yeah, the timer is started. 30 minutes. And if anyone has any questions about what we're doing, please go ahead and ask them. Now meanwhile, let me bring up this thing. I can show you all my drawing. Okay. Here goes that. And you're seeing it. That is wonderful. Okay, also let me bring up the link. And put it in YouTube just to be safe. Okay. Ooh, waiting. Duh. Man, if that ain't familiar. If you ask me, waiting is like the worst possible state to be in. Because it implies that, like, that's the one thing you're doing, you know?
Hello.
Hello, Commander. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? So, thank you for that, Bats. Thank you. I am rather goated. You could literally say that, since, you know, I'm a human who turned himself into a goat, so I've goated myself. You could really say that, like, literally. Ain't that beautiful? Okay. I could draw something that would be done within like 5 minutes. But let's think about it a little bit more. Craft a little bit more of a thing here. Yeah, Commander, how are you doing? And also, how's everyone else doing? Like, freaking heck. Too dead even for me, I mean... You're in good company, that joke has been made by pretty much everyone. Which, I guess if it's everyone, then that also includes bad company, but it is mostly good company. Because I tend to have pretty good company. what do you call it? Like, I keep good company? I think that's what it's called, something like that. How the heck is everyone doing today? I am having one of those sleepy days again, and I'm really not happy about that. Struggle with progress because A, I struggle with direct confrontations and with how bad I'm performing, and B, I'm afraid of false hope, or you struggle with progress. Oh, wait. Where's this coming from? Is that the response to how you're doing today? If so, what's something that can be done about that? Something you can do about that? E, struggle with direct confrontations, I guess. Guess the only way to really get over that is... Oh, Pebbles, hi! Yeah, we're doing Introspective Art. I was pushed to start pretty early today, so hi. Dylan, hi! But yeah, there's still plenty of time to join for this round. I guess we might do a second one, because like, for the first round there were, you know, when we started there was like 2 people there who actually participate, so it's like, yeah. It was you, yes, it was. Hi Dylan, how do you do? And Pebbles, hi. Everyone gives some love to Pebbles, this cute person with cute voice. And thank you for the love. Ah, hello there. Thank you for the follow. Wow. How do you get better at like direct confrontation? I see like two pillars getting better at that. One of them, is that a goat VTuber I see? A goatsy, if you will. That's you know what? I will not, no. You say if you will, I say no thank you. But hello there, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow. No worries. Oh god, I'm not in the most talkative mood today, apparently. Well, that's not great. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Wait, I was in the middle of trying to talk about getting better at direct confrontation. So there's the aspect of like you know, theory. Yeah, there's basically theory and practice. Like if you learn about like, you know, ways of speaking, like, you know, things like non-violent communication. That's a good theory to learn, which gives you pointers on how to approach confrontations and stuff. And if you can be relatively sure that what you are saying should be fine, that you're, just standing up for perfectly reasonable needs and stuff like that, then then there's less worry there about like saying the wrong thing. And then the other thing is just confrontation, like getting some practice in doing like having just some low stakes arguments about things, just to get a feel for it, to understand that nothing bad will necessarily happen. Today's subject is waiting. Sadly, I follow in the wise words of the sponge. Waiting and watching. That's not what the box is all about. It's about imagination. The sponge. Oh, is that... Is that the thing where SpongeBob does like the rainbow thing? I never knew the context, actually. Imagination. Yeah, to explain the whole thing here, I don't know if anything low stakes. I don't know, like talking about food. Although people get a little... Then again, yeah, food is maybe not the best thing, because like people tend to get like really heated about food, but like in a fun way. Like I think food is one of those things that people like to get... that most people understand, that it's like just a question of taste. So they don't really get mad, but they like to get like really like... really loud about it. As like a kind of play fighting. But yeah, that might not be the best when you're like really struggling. They order flat screen TV for the box and use their imagination to play around in the box. Aww. That is cute. That is really cute, actually. Hang on, how the fuck? Hang on, I'm sitting cross-legged right now. Why am I not just looking at that? Okay. Something like this. Sure, let's go. Okay. So. Yeah. What are some nice things to low stakes argue about with people? Oh, also, I meant to explain to you what we're doing. What we're doing is... Let me play the short. Art therapy is a way to connect to and explore your deepest thoughts and emotions using art. It can be hard to find the words to really grasp those feelings and get them out there, and art can offer a gentle and safe way to unearth what goes on deep inside. And you might be surprised what you'll find there. Sometimes you think you know what something looks like, but then when you sit down to draw it, you realize you actually have no idea. Trying to depict your feelings makes you really have to understand what they are. Doing this in a group setting can provide a healing sense of connectedness and offer up whole new perspectives on your own inner world. I'm not a therapist myself, but I developed an interactive stream concept based on my own experiences with art therapy called Introspective Art, which I stream every Sunday on Twitch and YouTube. You don't have to be a great artist to take part. It's all about the process of expressing yourself and sharing it with others. So come hang out sometime. Yeah. And Squidward tries to use the TV, but their imagination causes actual sounds to be heard. One of them is a NASA rocket launching. Wow. Is that one of the earlier episodes? Like one of the classic ones? That sounds pretty amazing. So yeah. We're doing this right now. We're trying to do a little bit of like self-directed art therapy in a way. I don't know how bad it is for me to actually use that word, because like, you know, it's not real therapy, because I'm not a therapist, and even if I was a therapist, I couldn't provide therapy on stream. By the way, we're at the halfway point of this drawing session. So yeah. Let's go with this one again. What about lowering the stakes, like investment in the outcome? Like having it will make you happy, but that won't be the only thing that will make you happy. Like have an idea that getting closer makes you happy. When I get closer to your goal, I think that's taking too long. Hurry up. If you were better, you would get it faster. Ah, right. Hang on, let me scroll back up again. Oh. Right, it was about making progress on things. I figured, like, it was progress about something specifically about, you know, confronting other people in some way. But yeah, I don't know, that could work. Yeah, like, if it's not super important to you, then yeah, the stakes are not as high. And it'll be less emotionally, like, risky, so to speak. Internal confrontation. That is, well, I commend you on wanting to do that. Like, that's very brave. Throughout the episode, Squidward goes mad trying to figure out what the imagination, which is ironic because 1, he is an artist, and 2, you can't understand imagination because it's a concept that is meant to be free-flowing, not a subject of study. I mean, there are actually artists with aphantasia. So, although it's, I'm not sure if like the ability to imagine something and imagination are necessarily the same thing. So, And I would disagree that like it can't be understood. It would be an interesting thing to study, actually. But yeah, I might be taking this too seriously. There's also that. Aphantasia is struggling with visual imagination. Right, specifically the visual part, I guess. But there's probably more to it. Oh wait, it's the wrong direction. Ah, Milo Skyla, hello there. Hi. This is Teiyu, your emotional support animal. I'm a guy who wants to do a thing like video essays and stuff, and also mental health and content. And hi, hello. Plushies in the name of science, indeed. Hi. Hang on, welcome. What gives me the honor? Me, who is, by the way, Teiyu, who is like mental health content dude or something. Plushies in the name of science. What are we talking about? Please do tell me more about that. I'm curious. Hang on. So timer was at like 12. Let's put it at 12. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hello there, strange name person. Thank you for the follow. Hang on, let me give you a shout out. Let me give shout outs to y'all. Myla is plushy. I am scientist. Aw, that is wonderful. What were you doing?
Congratulations, you won!
Oh my. Can I show this?
And after taxes, you now owe us $20.
Hello there, Gooning Sigma. What's up? Oh, that was a beautiful model, by the way. Hello. Must go. Take care, doctor. And welcome. Hang on. Ian Quest VT. Hello. Blah. Yeah. Hang on. What were we up to? You were playing games and demos. What games and demos were you playing? Hi.
The kitty got balls comment. I wanted to at least say this. Yeah, for now. But we're going to the vet tomorrow, so I'm just saying.
All right then. Just Ian is fine. Was doing art and matched our vibes the best. Ah. Project Ascension. I'm not familiar with that one. A WoW-like server. Oh. Not the best clip to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Should I do a new one? Try a new one. Are you actually a scientist? I know a couple of scientists on here. It's like it's so cool. But yeah, after this, let me tell y'all what we're doing here.
Probably like literally 60 seconds to get over though. Oh my god. Oh my
emotes.
Oh my game is no.
Oh dear.
Oh, shit. Did you guys see that? No, I was bouncing around all over the
A scientist werebublin. That is unconventional. Never seen like specifically like a bulblin. You know, I'm somewhat of a scientist myself. Well, yes, indeed. Hi there, Mel. Hello. Mel, do you want to join us for, I guess, probably round 2? I don't know. Let me explain to y'all what we're doing today. Werewolf, Bull, and Goblin. Oh, wait. Oh. I thought you were talking about the guys from, not Majora's Mask, from, Twilight Princess. Zelda Twilight Princess. No. Let me explain to y'all what we're doing today. In the form of these. Art therapy is a way to connect to and explore your deepest thoughts and emotions using art. Thank you, Super. It can be hard to find the words to really grasp those feelings and get them out there, and art can offer a gentle and safe way to unearth what goes on deep inside. And you might be surprised what you'll find there. You know, sometimes you think you know what something looks like, but then when you sit down to draw it, you realize you actually have no idea. Trying to depict your feelings makes you really have to understand what they are. Doing this in a group setting can provide a healing sense of connectedness and offer up whole new perspectives on your own inner world. I'm not a therapist myself, but I developed an interactive stream concept based on my own experiences with art therapy called Introspective Art, which I stream every Sunday on Twitch and YouTube. You don't have to be a great artist to take part. It's all about the process of expressing yourself and sharing it with others. So come hang out sometime. Yes. Please come hang out sometime. Yeah. If you need to raid and run though, please don't be afraid to do so. It is cool. But yeah, we do appreciate lurkers and non-lurkers and, you know, everyone. Basically. Now let me, put the countdown away. Oopsie daisy. Hang on. Let's put it at like 11 or something. Thanks for that, Pat. I mean, if you're fast, you can still join for this round. Just gotta be done submitting it by the time I'm, you know, done with all the submissions that came before it. Looks like Hollow Knight style a little bit. It's kind of that, you know, hollow style, I guess, in some sense. Need to walk puppers. Have a good puppers. Have a good puppy walking. And, yeah, take care. You know what I need to do when I see a sad goat, right? You gotta hug it. You gotta hug it and feed it carrots. Carrots are not very nutritious, actually. At least, you know, for most animals. At least, you know, it can be part of a complete breakfast and stuff. Thank you for the hug. But a lot of animals cannot eat too many carrots without suffering nutrient deficits of some kind. How do I fill in an area in Procreate with a color like the... Oh, you hold this and then you hold this and drag it somewhere. And then once you do that, you can click on this and then you can just keep filling. Yeah. Yeah, Procreate is it's a very Apple sort of program. It acts like it's the most intuitive thing in the world and then doesn't tell you anything. So you have to go looking by yourself for how to actually use it. Yeah, okay. Clear this. Automatic. I have to submit my drawing. I would appreciate it. I kind of depend on y'all submitting stuff. Otherwise, this whole operation is kind of falling flat. Because you can't draw good? That's fine, that's fine. Not about drawing good. Like I said, all about process of expressing yourself and stuff. Of course, if you, like, I mean, if you really would feel uncomfortable with it, of course I won't pressure you. Do you have to show it? Well, that's kind of the idea. interesting. What a strange texture. Charcoals, there we are. Get some charcoal in here. Okay. And then we can invert that, except we can't actually. Okay, but we can. There we are. Carbon stick, sure. By the way, there's like 5 minutes left. Just about. And I'm pretty much done, yeah. I mean, what else is there to say, huh? Well... I guess, hang on. There's something more to say. Such as... Oh god. I just realized that Connie watches these VODs. And I don't want Connie to feel like he has to lose sleep to be here for these. Oh no. Hi there, Fizzy, Fuzzy, Fluffy, Foxy, hello. How do you do? Alright. I think not a whole lot else to do here, huh? You exist? Well, I'm glad you do. Honestly, it would be pretty lonely here without you. TLBG, hi. How do you do? Howdy doody do 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 do. How's art going? Art is going okay. I was really quickly done with this one. Hang on. There's another thing I can do here. There's a little detail work. Okay. Is there a character you like to doodle in your free time? Man, it's been so long since I've just doodled just for fun. I used to have characters like that. And man, it's kind of sad that like I've decided to distance myself from my previous online identity, just for, you know, because I was not very good at like staying safe online, you know. So yeah. I don't want the risk of getting doxxed and stuff. With Sonic, ah, that's a classic. Alright, the time is up, and so far we have one submission. And I know who that's from. Two. If anyone else is scurrying to submit theirs, then please try to let me know. Or if you prefer to remain anonymous, then just, you know, just upload it real quickly. Sonic had simple shapes. Yeah, they were really genius with his design. So iconic, so easy to replicate for children. That reminds me, I actually had like a just what? I actually, as a little kid, I had a thing, a little notebook for drawings, and I had like 100 characters, 100 Sonic OCs. Well, not all of them were OCs. I think some of them were just Sonic and Tails and stuff. But yeah, I literally just made a list of like, I don't know, anything I can think of, gonna turn it into a Sonic character. Basically, draw anything and give it those shoes. If you're rushing to submit but want to be Anon, just don't say anything and submit. Yeah. Just throw it in there. So. Ooh, this drawing. And every opportunity do I wait, do I go? Very clear and simple, isn't it? Now the question is, do I wait? What is the purpose of waiting? In every opportunity, like when you realize that there is an opportunity, what is the point of waiting? Ultimately, isn't just waiting when you know that there is an opportunity to be had, just, you know, trying to keep yourself safe from maybe things changing? Wait and see what happens. Yeah, but that's the thing about opportunities, is that like they tend to be pretty limited, right? Granted, yeah, there's also the idea of like wait and see to gauge the situation. It's true, like, I mean, obviously there's a balance to it. Like being too rash can be an issue. But yeah. Could also be that opportunities are commitment, yeah. How do I share it on Procreate? Well, well, one way, hang on, let me, oh, right, you aren't actually seeing it. Thing real quick. Actually, that's a good question. How would I do that? When you commit to a path, you give up on other paths. Oh, right. Yeah, that is true. Like, change is scary. No, the thing is, so hang on, let me help someone out here. iPad. So, the way I do it is up here. There's the share thing, and then share it as PNG, and it gives you a bunch of. I hope it's not sharing anything that it shouldn't be sharing here. Oh dear. And then here's a little server that I made for myself to just transfer stuff. And there it is. So yeah, that's one way. Apple has its own little like ecosystem thing where it wants you to use iTunes just to transfer things from iPad to PC. So if you have that, that also works. I don't have Discord, and I meant to the forums. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know what the best way would be for you. And yeah, then what I would do is just download it from Discord, and then yeah, submit it to the forum. Also, yeah, screenshot would also work, I guess, in a pinch. But yeah, I mean, this image already kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? Like, it already says, like, waiting kinda doesn't feel that great, does it? You're just kind of standing there like, And then the actual action being proactive and stuff, that's like, oh yeah, let's go. You know, that's a very different energy. I sense like a certain self-criticism here. At least that's what it feels like to me, you know? Alright, so I guess we're doing a second round today. So, Mel, is there anything you would like to have as a subject? Also, to get back to the whole commitment thing, yeah, like, yeah, that's the way to put it. Like, when you're letting blah blah blah. Oh right, you did write a description this time, right? The description was, oh wait, oh there's new submissions. Look at that. Do I wait and see what happens, or do I go with for it with no expectations? That is the question in my mind every time. Do I wait and see what happens, or do I go for it with no expectations? I mean, going for it with no expectations, that sounds really good actually. Like, when you don't go into it like necessarily expecting anything grand to happen, and it's like just like, you know, let's see what happens. Okay, there is an ad break coming up. Let's use those. Oh. Will it get better? Will it get worse? Does it matter? It all ends in a hearse? If that is fate, life, blessing or curse, I'm driving now, for better or worse. Oh. Them's lyrics, aren't they? That sounds like lyrics from a song. Hmm. That drawing too is interesting. Like, this road is so wobbly. Feels very uncertain. It feels like less like a road, which excuse me if like this was not intended. If this like I'm just speaking for like the vibe that I'm getting, but this doesn't mean that like, you know, the drawing is bad if I'm getting something else out of it. But like to me it kind of looks like it's actually something that's like stretching upwards. And it's like kind of this daunting presence in front of you, like this wobbling skyscraper, and you're like, oh god, do I have to climb that? You know? So it really feels like, god, why even bother, you know? But man, I don't know, I mean, life is living, you know? It's a process. It's something that you do. And what's the point in just sitting down and, you know, letting it happen to you? I guess is what I would say. As for whether it will get better or worse, I mean, I don't think that it all ending in, you know, a hearse, in death, necessarily matters that much. Because, like I said, the process. It's all about the process. And, you know, yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine, isn't it? God, I'm sorry, I'm kind of brain empty today, am I not? It won't work? Oh, I'm sorry for that. You don't need to stress about it, it's fine. I mean, you didn't really want to share it in the first place, didn't you? So, don't worry about it. You like the poem? Yeah. Will it get better or will it get worse? Hang on, I feel like I still want to say something about that. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I feel like I had something, but it's like very vague. So, I don't know. Oh, take care, Blue Fox. Take care. Thank you for hanging out. The stream won't be the same. Oh no. Will it be better? Will it be worse? Well, we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Worse for sure. Yes. Alright. Let's see, what did they have to say for this one? A lot of waiting for me is an ambiguous process, sometimes a source of anxiety and uncertainty, and sometimes excitement and expectancy. Especially now as I grow older and am in charge of my own life, it's scary, scary, mostly, but sometimes hopeful. Yeah. It's like, I think when you're, hang on, let me snooze this again. Being in charge of it makes the whole thing honestly better.
German TTS makes anything funny, I agree.
Fournier? Did it just say Fournier? Oh god. Like when you, I don't know, there's some sort of thought in my head, something about like when, like there's something about personal responsibility that is scary, but it's also like freeing. And when the choices are yours to make, it kind of feels like, oh god, if I fail, then it's my fault. But also it's like, you know, whatever you did, like at least it's something that you did, right? Like, I don't know. There's something there. I feel like that's a philosophy I've heard from someone somewhere at some point, and I can't quite get it together. It was a road, but that vibe is the same. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of choices, but me, I don't really often regret or do what ifs. I try to avoid that thinking, but then it kind of makes it so like, if I go any one particular route or another, I kind of feel like it's only one road, no like forks. It's a lot of fuzzy feelings. Oh. If I go any one particular route or another, I kind of feel like it's only one road, no forks or anything. Oh. Like, So it feels like a commitment, huh? That's what it feels like you're on that road now. But it's such a wobbly road. This road feels like it could bend a whole other way if you decide to change paths, you know? It's Camus-ish adjacent. I'm not very familiar with Camus, but from context clues I figure it's existentialism. And then we have another thing here from someone. Oh. Waiting for the perfect time, but time doesn't wait. Oh man. No, there's some existentialism. Oh. There's some real, like... Yeah, some really existentialist vibes here. I'm kind of reminded of, like, freaking, you know, Peter Parker. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark, you know? That kind of thing. Like, we all turn to dust eventually. So take this moment, don't just wait. Because, like, even this figure standing there, like, the way they're this, like, kind of half translucent, like, shadow figure feels like they're not really living, you know? There's this real sense of dread of, like, that death will eventually come, and that, like, you're not even really living when you're just standing there waiting for that perfect time, which, let's be sure, that is definitely me projecting, because that is a big fear of mine. That is a very big central thing of mine.
Hello.
Hey there, Blue Fox Studios, welcome. Nice to see you. And yeah, I don't know, that's pretty powerful. For the first time in forever. Oh wait, that was... For some reason I thought it was a pony song, but it was not a pony song. It was a Disney song. And I don't even know what else to say. Time doesn't wait. So, live. Just frickin' live. It's the Elsa, yeah, the Elsa thing, yes. That thing. The thing with the Elsa. Well, thank you for sharing this. Okay, there was no commentary added to this one. And it's also like how red the bus sign is. It's kind of like, it's reminiscent of like a red traffic light making you stop. but also it has like this sense of danger. Like it really sticks out so much in this, you know, either gray or very harmoniously blue and green space. Really like a trap or something. But yeah, now if we decide to have a second round, bye for realsies. Okay, take care. If we do a second round, what shall the subject be? Mel, are you gonna be there for it? And if so, do you have an idea for a subject? I know, right? Thinking. Okay. Subject is thinking. Oh, also, I just realized. Oh, hello there. Hello. Hang on, I'm not supposed to read the name, but hi. Oh, okay. Hello there. Is there truly Goblin? Nice to meet you. That is an adorable name. Isver. Nice to meet you, Isver. What brings you here? An. The Goblin, yes. Okay. Subject is a goblin. Isver, do you have any particular thing that has been on your mind recently? Something that you've been struggling with? Oh, meanwhile, hang on. I keep forgetting. I still have my image to talk about. So yeah. I know there's not really that much to talk about. It's just like I said, like waiting for me is like the worst state to be in. It's just like, you know, you're not doing anything. You're just passively sitting there waiting for something to happen. And like I've had like literal meltdowns from like literally just having to wait too much. Like when I'm in a waiting room and I know I can't, I have to pay attention because like I might be called up any moment, but so, you know, I can't keep myself occupied with anything like too engrossing, you know, can't put on headphones or anything. I've had meltdowns from having to sit like that for too many hours because it's just so mind-numbing. It turns literally painful, which like might be very much an ADHD thing, like when boredom is like such suffering. A mind goblin, yes. 8 waiting rooms, yeah. Would be open to talk on here? Anything I would be open to talk about on here? Okay, fair enough. But yeah, seriously, there's an ad break incoming. I can't hold it off any longer, and yeah. I don't know. Introspection. What does it mean to you to think about yourself? What does it mean to process your own internal mind space? Okay, sure. Let's go for it. Why not? Introspection. Let's just go for it. I'm gonna put on the 1/2 hour thing. Especially when the waiting time is like over an hour, you know the appointment will take 3 minutes max, yeah. where I sit there and go stiff and I just like mentally wonder. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Countdown. Not 11 minutes. Half an hour. Okay, introspection. Let's go. Let me take a sip. Push. Having a hard time taking this one as seriously as I should be. Hard not to just make like a silly joke out of it. But I guess if that's what's coming to mind, then that is what's coming to mind, huh? So, etching. Let's pick a color. What's a good color? Also, let's make the background color something more pleasant again. Just a little bit of color. No, actually, hang on. Picking this one makes a lot of sense. A little bit of a Teiu color. And welcome back from the ads. So how to put this? As much as like I'm not super opposed to going with like something a little funnier, I don't want to just do a whole meme, you know? That would not be very very conducive to the whole project. By the way, Isver, if you're still there, you would like me to explain what we're doing here? And please do ask. Hmm. This is a hard one. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that introspective art about introspection would be hard to do? Hmm. Well, here goes nothing. What? Hello. Thank you for the follow. So funky how all these factors fluctuate. You know, like those are surprisingly many follows today. Which yeah. I'm just surprised. Because everything else is a lot less than usual. Hello, Nixius. How are you doing? Same thing. Always say if you have any questions about what we're doing, please go ahead and ask. And also, how are you doing? Probably the question I should ask first. Damn it. I used to be so good at this. Where are all these drawings of myself in the profile view I've made? Where did they all go? Lost to the ether. Or just like in a cupboard somewhere, I guess. That also works. Okay, now, here we have a shoulder, here we have an arm, here goes the arm. Okay. Like, like so, and so. Hang on. You do this. We are reaching the halfway point of the drawing process for this round. Well, not that. Teiyu, you are getting a little distracted here. Also, wait, wow. I just spent a long time not saying anything, didn't I? I didn't even realize. Or did I? Well, I guess I made sounds, didn't I? That's commentary. That's totally commentary. People love that shit. Heck yeah. You know, when I go into a stream and the person is just making noises? Best day of my life. Right there. What am I talking about? Oh boy. Hang on. Okay. Now. Oh, that's not a terrible hand. Can work with this. Hmm. Okay. What do we actually put here? Hmm. The game is still beating the shit out of me. No, why is it doing that? It's very rude of it, I guess, probably. Although, actually, that's kind of what the game promised. So I don't know if that's actually rude of the game. Yeah, you did pay for that. You did pay to get the shit beaten out of you by a game. So, I guess in a sense you did consent to it. I mean, you can retract that consent at any time. That is definitely true. That's better platform than Hollow Knight. Yeah, I've seen that. But I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah, the combat seems intense. Also, hi Clipper. How are you doing? How are you doing, my creature? I have 45 hours in a game that has been out for 4 days. How do you think I'm doing? Oh dear. That is a long time. Right, that makes no sense. Like, seriously, are you okay though? Overdoing it has been known to not be a good thing, as evidenced by the fact that the word over is there. Thank you, Suba. Well, let's see. We have a recurring character here. What did they look like before? Oh, hey. That's a very different dude. That's a very different looking dude. You know what? Sure. That wasn't even who I had in mind. Guess? Makes sense. Come on, where's the older one? Oh, wait, oh. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? But yeah, no. This is actually closer to it. Okay. Tired, happy, fulfilled. Ah, I wish I had your optimism. 6 minutes 30 seconds are left on the clock. Yeah. My thumbs are sore, numb, and I'm hallucinating bug waifus. Who is the best waifu? Is it the NPC from the beginning, singing songs? Actually, according to lore, Hornet would actually be the only legitimate, the only potential waifu, because she is the only gendered one. Draw out the bug waifus, yes, draw them out with honey. And then trap them in a net. Whew. Okay. Let's see. There's about 5 minutes left. Let's do a little bit of shading here. The only gendered vessel, non-vessel box have genders. Oh. Oh, is that so? That would make a little bit more sense, huh? Please, draw them out, you'll... Ah. Draw them out, that's a good way to put it, actually. Isn't that what we're doing right now? Drawing out things? By drawing them out of our minds and onto the something, the canvas? Sure. Hmm. She's a bug princess? Bug princess knight even? A princess? Well, now you're just spoiling me. How dare you? I didn't know that. I mean, I wasn't even supposed to know that she's a vessel. I mean, I don't know what I was supposed to know. Honestly. I don't know how much of the lore that I have experienced in the game I've actually absorbed. Well, who the heck knows? I guess it might have been something that you could reasonably infer from all the stuff that I've seen. The fact that this one NPC, who I guess was like a... what was it? Like a maiden or something? Talked about her? I don't freaking know. Port lady person creature. What should I do in terms of color? Hang on. Should I do a color? Is color... Is color... I don't know. The person creature is a mood, but if you want me to ease off the first game lore, just say I thought it was free game after you beat it. I mean, I don't know how much I've beaten it and how much, like, I don't freaking know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Okay, time is up. Sure. Yeah, that feels right. Let's go. Go ahead, empty. That is correct. Yes. Okay. Let's put this away. And let's see what we have. We have one submission so far. Aw. Man. Man, I wish that were me. Look at this. Interesting juxtaposition of gray and color. Like, the self here is actually pretty gray. But, you know, you would think of that as lifeless. But I guess in a sense, like, this feels like less like introspection and more like mindfulness to me. Like, moving outside of yourself and really perceiving the outside. Letting your mind wander. Then again, it does also, it does have that very light and freeing feel. Mindfulness is part of introspection. In a sense, yeah. Just directed in a particular direction, I would say. It's directed in a direction. That's how you know I'm like a language master. Anyway, yeah, it has that sense of like, you know, the lightness after letting go of something. Even like the light coming from above. You're kind of letting it in. It's penetrating the grayness. There's also a very common motif of, you know, light and the sun and stuff being used as like metaphors for understanding or insight and thought and stuff. Yeah. Also, yeah, the hair and the birds. Ooh, I see. The hair and the birds, they seem very related through color, even line weight a little bit. Like the thoughts are taking flight. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Rev. We're gonna be ending soon, unfortunately. But hi, nice to see you. Yeah. Yeah, it's God. Like I said, I wish that were me.
CAMOMILE.
Nice. Ah, German TTS, you're wonderful. Wait, that wasn't German TTS. Ooh. It was just regular TTS. My god. It is learning. It is learning to suck. And yeah, the commentary, my imagination takes me places. Oh. It's more about the imagination, less about like...
SUBA.
Yes. Hang on, let me take a sip. Hello, Rev. Welcome. It's nice to have you here. Okay. Next one. Oh. So we're done and starting the Hollow Knight-a-thon? Yes. Starting now. Until the end of time. Ah, there's more than one, yes. Hello. Hello there, IDman. Hello. How are you doing? Trust, passion, certainty, hope, future, love. Wait, am I seeing a word here? Is that an I? I? Apathy, melancholy, fear, friends, anger, faith, grief. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. That's, There's distinctions being made here. Where from here? So, Where from here? Where to go now? So, person floating in space. The space is filled with colors, many of which are very red and threatening, some of which are not. Where from here is written in white, and trust and faith are also, well, faith is not quite the same white, is it? It's a little bit more of a faded pinkish. Doing well? People must be submitting after it's done. Yes, that is what's going on. Yes. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Well, I'm pretty okay. Pretty okay. I could be doing a lot worse. Let's say that. What a sweet avatar. Thank you. Hi there, Gambit Mojo. I thought it's like pencils down after an exam. Yeah, it's not quite that rough. No. It is fine. It is fine. I just, my heart always sinks a little bit after, when I look at the submissions and it's like, oh, there's one. There's only one. But no, as long as I'm going through it all and stuff, new stuff can be submitted. Playing Hollow Knight, so I'm somewhat containable in the chat. I'm gonna take that as a good thing. If you try to submit too late, you will be penalized 8 points. 8 points specifically. They are reduced from your infinite sea of points. Anyway, so in the white is like trust and faith, which are like trust and faith. I know very related. Also related to like where from here. Like it's they are kind of like guiding principles, and like trust and faith, like trust especially, like that's something it's one of those things, like when you grow up with parents who like make you feel like you matter, feel like you're understood, like who always take care of you. You grow up with this sense of like that everything is going to be okay eventually, and most people don't. So that can be a little bit more tenuous, that can be a little bit more precarious, can feel more difficult to trust. And yeah, trust and faith, they do kind of frame this whole thing. Maybe like I guess they kind of frame like this path, the path like forward and upward, which is like the direction of progress. Maybe they help you like they help you not stray too far from the path, but yeah, they don't have like strong connotations of their own. They're just there to like guide you a little bit. And passion, melancholy, fear, apathy, anger, and grief. Interesting, like, and also, does that say I? I think there is an I there in red. It's a very intense red, which seems dangerous, and like in the cases of like apathy and melancholy, they are pretty dangerous. But then I don't know what to do to make of that eye. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Maybe it's not supposed to say I. Well, in passion is on the other side of it, but it's also very red. Which I guess, I guess it might be like kind of like one of those things where like, you know, hate leads to love leads to anger, leads to hate, or something like that, leads to the dark side, you know. Like it can lead to those things. There is an eye, okay. Interesting. So why is that there, and why is it in red? That is so interesting. I guess it, knowing you might be like referring to like the ego or something, which can be like a very dangerous thing. That said, like red is not necessarily like a dangerous color, not necessarily. It is a color of like, you know, it's an energetic one. Ironically enough, because like red light actually has the lowest energy content. Ah, yes, Discord, indeed. Indeed, Discord. Just there, I felt like I had to place. I felt like it had a place somewhere. Interesting, like, what is up with that? With friends in orange? Down there. Feels like it's so far away. Which feels kind of isolated. Friends, and then I is like somewhere way over there, and it's kind of like faded. Love, hope, future, certainty. Certainty is a little bit out of place too. Like not as strong and everything. Then, you know, I mean, love feels a lot more certain there, which is wonderful. Hope and love and future. They seem like really strong guiding principles. Although it can be like love can be like kind of a guiding principle. It doesn't have to be like something that you necessarily have or feel or anything. Which I'm just trying to reconcile, like how different love and friends are framed here. And also, so now that I looked at everything and tried to see like what to say about everything, how does it come together? It feels uncertain. It feels like there's a layer below. Feels like you're trying to hold on to and follow these guiding principles, and realizing that like there's some pitfalls, and like it feels like this layer below that's like more red. Feels like something that's deeper, it's kind of hidden below, and that you're able to identify through that introspection and see like that it's there and that it's real and it might pose a threat in the future. And let me see what everyone else has said. Hang on. There's a new patch for the original Subnautica. Let's see if they fixed the Leviathans being unable to damage the Cyclops. Okay. Okay. Negative emotions tend to have a more reddish color, but passion is also red, yeah. That is such a good response, Reverie. AT emits mildly pleasant smell. Trust and faith, also known as things ruined by the cat. I like that faith is beyond fear and grief. You can only overcome those when you take a leap of faith. Huh. Interesting, interesting. Oh. You take a leap of faith. I think the way I would take it is that like faith kind of is like a last safety net. Like if you fall too far down that path, it'll catch you. Maybe hopefully help you bounce back. Been very exhausted lately, but got next week off and I'm recovering. Nice. Friends can be supportive but also toxic, so it's the border between yellow and red. Oh, interesting. I do try to smell mildly pleasant, if anything, IRL too. Oh, that's good. Probably also something you should strive for when you work with dirt a lot. I'm glad to have the next week off at least. Gives you a chance to recover. Oh, yeah. Oh. Very interesting. A very interesting, like, depiction of the way that, like, putting names and, like, naming all these things that, like, make up your life, all these guiding principles and all these feelings and stuff, how it can help you find your way and notice when you're drifting off somewhere onto like a dangerous path. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see, their commentary. Introspection for me is time I spent trying to organize my thoughts and make sense of my own feelings. Sometimes I do worry that I easily get lost in the process and maybe think too much of it, or make connections where there really aren't any. Yeah, that can also happen. Like, also like, what's it called? Like, rationalization? No. I don't think that's what it's called. Over rationalizing, over intellectualizing. That's the thing. When you don't really tend to the feelings themselves, but you just like, you know, you think about them and then act like that's what it takes in order to process them, but it's not. The dirt I work with doesn't smell bad. It's like either dry soil or wet soil. It's not like manure or anything. Okay. Fair enough. I'm only really familiar with the smell of, like, you know, the regular earth you find all over the place. Oh, hello there. I'm prone to overanalyzing and intellectualizing my feelings instead of processing them. Same, girl, same. Oh, hi. Indeed. This one feels a little bit self-ironic, like it's, you know, the thinker pose. There's something interesting about like the face such a huge smile, like also like the eyes being like in darkness and stuff. This feels... Had a similar idea to you, Art? I'm not sure if they did. I feel like there's a very interesting contrast between that art and yours. Because like this one, you know, it has the light, which, like I said, in this context, it gives me more of the idea of like, you know, ah yes, divine inspiration, you know? But then everything beyond them is like everything that seems to be coming from their mind is like these gears and like these constellations and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, this very intellectual stuff. And like, to me, it kind of reads like, again, like if I am off the mark of what was intended, don't take it as a criticism of the image, but like take it as me seeing, basically me imagining like what would have gone through my head if I had drawn this. And that would be like, I've in my mind, this feels like making fun of myself a little bit for my intellectualizing. Like, ah yes, look at me, I am the thinking man. I am uncovering the inner machinations of my mind, yes. Look at all these gears turning. Quite. You know? And then meanwhile, meanwhile you're actually just intellectualizing and not really like making progress. Which again, I cannot emphasize enough that like I'm not trying to say that like that's something that you're guilty of or anything, or that was intended. Just like this is what I'm seeing here, because that's my problem. That is the thing that I struggle with, and yeah, so that's why I'm projecting onto this. Indeed. Dangerous path of memes, indeed. Floral scented deodorant bar, no perfumes at this point, but maybe I'll find one that is very, very subtle and not overwhelming. Yeah, I hope you do, because like perfume is deadly to me. Love the smell of freshly rained on grass. Whoa. Wait, I moved that? Mel, what does that mean? If divine inspiration were D100. I'm not gonna take out my D100 now. We're coming up on the second thingamajig. Ad break, and I don't wanna make you go through that. So yeah. Ah, you love that. Okay, that makes more sense. Sorgi Silk Song Yogi. Alright, did they add any commentary on this? To me, introspection is to internalize spontaneous ideas and absorb knowledge into one unifying model that represents the real world accurately and produces actions that maximize my expected cumulative happiness over time. Oh, the golden light on the right represents brainstormed ideas, existing knowledge, and my personal experiences I receive. The cogs and knowledge graph on the left represent my effort in encoding new knowledge, integrating it with prior knowledge, and building one's unifying schema. Oh, wow. Damn. That is indeed very intellectual. Which, again, is not necessarily a bad thing. I just hope that you're like not guilty of the whole intellectualizing thing. And yeah, but like, man, that's, yeah, I can see that. It's like, It's like photosynthesis. You're taking in the divine inspiration and turning it into energy, into food for thought. Yeah. It is. It is important to take that time to like really think about stuff, you know? God, I really hope that this person doesn't, whoever submitted this doesn't feel like I'm making fun of them in some way. Ah, dear. Okay, there is an ad break coming up in a few minutes that I cannot stop. So, I would like everyone to get ready to raid out soonish. I'll just quickly go over my own submission. Thank you for the submission, by the way. And also, it's not my submission because I'm not submitting it. I'm just, it's just here. That is what it is. I will not raid out. Oh, why? What was they here? Well, shit. Alone. Okay. If you insist. So, yeah, I don't know. The only thing that I could think of is me, like, because it is one of those days, you know, where like things don't seem to be going as well as I would like them to, and it's like, oh god, no. I could only imagine myself like taking my inner my brain and being like, come on, bro, like, what is going on now? Like, can we talk about this? You know, just like shaking myself like, come on, man, like work with me here. It's not that deep. Like, okay, I understand. You've been through a lot. It's okay. Okay, you've been through a lot. Okay. Like, yeah, that's also why I was thinking, like, kind of like joking and kind of self-critical, because, like, yeah, I'm not really being fair to myself. It's hard to be fair to myself when I look at myself and I'm like, you're such a silly little thing. Look at you. What is wrong with you? And I'm like, come on, look at this little guy. He's been through so much. Look at how he's being held together by love and crumpets. I don't know crumpets. I don't know why I said crumpets. But like, yeah. Yeah. I will stay here and guard the chat from you. Thank you, Rev. I will put locusts in your greenhouse now. All right. Well, with that said, everyone who might have been watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. And please consider leaving a like and a subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'd love to see you again soon. Bye-bye. And yeah, everyone on YouTube, let's go find some